this week's 2-minute tip, we're going to address people once you've been through some initial Q&A and you filled out questionnaires. We've been through them together. We've looked at personality assessments. I start to look in the market for you of what makes sense for businesses based on everything we discussed. And I do try to work with people and show them things that they have an interest in, and we go through that, what that means. I kind of always raise my hand. I reserve the right to show you anything. I've heard you hear me say that before. But one of the things I'm going to encourage in this 2-minute tip is once we start talking to brands, we're going to do a presentation. I'll present 5 to 8 that probably makes sense for a lot of different reasons. But I always tell people, look at one outlier. So we're going to talk to usually 3 brands after we've been through a couple of conversations to say, okay, it's time to start learning about these industries and these brands from the brands themselves. They're the ones that are going to climb into the weeds. They're the ones that are going to know all the details. That's not really where I'm supposed to live. But one of the other things is I want you to learn from them to understand franchise discovery, the cadence, how this is going to go, the fact that the beginning seems to go kind of fast and then it slows down. But every brand has a little bit different way of working with you. And one of the reasons I usually ask people to look at one that's kind of an outlier is because you're going to learn something or hear something that still, maybe that's not going to be the brand that you go with, but you'll understand more from a business lens of why we're talking about it, why I showed it to you in the first place. And occasionally people do end up saying, I never thought I would be looking at crime scene cleanup, and now here I am. But it just makes sense to sometimes think outside of your comfort zone and explore those as well, because you're not just learning about the brands, but you're also taking an opportunity sometimes to learn about yourself. I hope that helps.